Expression doesn't come in a box. In order to succeed on YouTube, they suggest you fall under a niche. I won't comply. Welcome to the no niche zone. So as you know, I started a new channel and it's been really interesting actually. What's been interesting is the way the algorithm is different to the algorithm of this channel, and the slop I'm being fed, the reaction videos I'm being fed, and it's highlighted to me just how successful these brain rot channels really are. Now, it did expose to me a channel called Rock Wilk. He's a filmmaker, a playwright, and he's been he's been taking YouTube seriously for the last 4 years. And he's recently just been monetized, and he has announced how difficult it's been and how much he's actually earned. Now, on my journey through researching getting monetized, you see a lot of videos stating how they went from this amount of views to that amount of views and how much they made in the first month. And there are very, very few channels that actually do that. And they are the channels that are not bringing much thought to the table, much creativity to the table. You know, like take reaction videos as an example. They're literally stealing other people's content, sitting there and reacting to it, and in many cases making money. Again, I go back to the AI content that's out there. It's not original. So what does one have to do who has creative flair, who has something to say in the world? What do they have to do in order to get noticed by the algorithm? And it's been interesting listening to this Rock Wilk, and he's very candid, and I like the fact that he's very candid, because I like to think that I'm candid. I like to think that I'm raw in my videos. But this channel has plateaued on just around 400 subscribers, goes back and forth. And, you know, but I also recognize my journey has been very, it's changed a lot over the last couple of years. I mean, it shows that this channel is, I think, 11 years old, but I didn't really start making videos until 2 years ago. But it really, you know, and I understand why this channel at the moment isn't gaining traction, because I'm still trying to figure out my journey on this channel. You know, it's gone from talking about conspiratorial kind of subjects to spirituality to occultism, and then it's kind of like it's going to morph into something else as I go forward. And that morphing into something else, I was wondering whether or not to start that on the other channel. But the reality is, I'm not the kind of person to talk about growing old, you know, which is the direction I was thinking about taking that channel, just to be a bit more generic, if you like. And that isn't to be disrespectful to those channels that are concentrating on the age thing, you know, being a Gen X. I have decided I want to do the storytelling. I watched a really interesting film last night called Beautiful Friend, and it's dark, but I loved the editing. I loved the storytelling of this film. It was very raw, and I like raw. Now, I by no means am no filmmaker, but I do enjoy writing. So the way I am going to take this channel is I am going to tell the story of the tarot, the major arcana. As yet, I'm not quite sure how the visualization is going to work for that. but I know I want to film it quite like 70s style. You know, I was born in the 70s. So that's going to mess the algorithm up even further as to the growth of this channel. But as this Rock Wilk is talking about, we actually have to stay authentic. And I do believe, I'm reading through the comments of his particular video of how much he made in a month, which was $30. Um, you know, the people that are commenting, they're talking about how much people are wanting authenticity, and the algorithm doesn't reward that. You know, the algorithm does reward the slop, but I do think there will be a change, because I do think people are tiring of that slop and they're wanting something more authentic. So yay to the journey ahead. I'm excited but apprehensive, because, as I said, I'm no filmmaker, but I do enjoy the editing aspect of it. And it needs to go back to why I started this channel in the first place. It's because I was enjoying putting the content out, and the monetization. I didn't even know at that time you could monetize a channel, and not just creating content just for the entertainment value of it. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm freezing out here, but again, I wanted to film somewhere different. That's another area that I want, you know, something else that I want to work on. Anyway, you know I waffle. Bye.